Okay, let's see. Here's another one that we could try for yes or no. Well, you have three choices, so three things. Let's see what you can do. The first person to answer this is Catherine. It's your turn to be first. Do you support, this is now talking about El Camino. We're all about transportation and traffic here tonight. Do you support 3 lanes each way, bike lanes, or leave it the way it is, or something else?
Well, at least on the last one we all agreed. I think that's really interesting, and there are advantages and disadvantages to each one of those. I'm concerned about the traffic. God forbid we don't need to do anything that exacerbates the traffic along El Camino. But more than that, I'm very concerned about safety, because remember that it's not just adults that are riding their bicycles along El Camino, and that is one of the implicit things in that question. There are also children who are riding on El Camino. And we have to also remember that as a state highway, we have to work with the state. So we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves on what's possible when we look at what should be implemented along. And I assume that you're talking about the area of El Camino that's in the downtown section.
Okay, Carolyn?
Like Catherine, I believe that we have to refer to the state guidelines and let them do their job. But yes, I believe that bike lanes would be a good thing to have, because many people are resorting to biking, not only because it's a good way of transportation and locally, but it's also the exercise that we're lacking. We sit in the cars and move around, and from one little spot to the other, we're not doing the thing that's best for our health. So I definitely support that. In terms of 3 lanes, that's yet to be seen because of all the traffic. I think we have to look at the amount of lanes that would allow the traffic to flow smoothly and not have bottlenecks all, in the evenings trying to get home and that kind of thing. So thank you very much.
Okay. Dave, your turn.
Actually,
Ray?
Yep.
Okay.
So this is one of those things that kind of reveals your philosophy on things. Obviously, I'd love to encourage as much biking and walking as possible. But in a situation like this, I really would depend upon transportation engineering judgment and the judgment of safety professionals. I basically, in a situation like this, because you're looking at an area that is so trafficked by cars and really, and really can become so unsafe if you introduce a pedestrian and bicyclists out of an ideological bent, I really would rely on them. And and frankly, I'd feel comfortable doing it because I know many transportation engineers and safety professionals, and they love to bike and walk. If they can make it happen, they will. So that's the best way I can answer it.
Okay, thank you. Dave, now it's your turn.
This is one question that I'm not sure that a minute would be enough time for me. So I'll try to talk a little bit faster. Most people already know I'm a firefighter in this community, first responder, emergency first responder, and at least once a year we probably have a fatality on El Camino Real. And I also have done a ton of outreach recently with some folks in the biking community, and my wife and I have ridden some of these bike routes, and we have ridden down El Camino Real. There is some treacherous stretches of El Camino Real. We all know this. The choice between 2 lanes and a bike lane, traffic is already really bad there at commute times, and then having 3 lanes and no bike lanes, you can ride off having a bike there. We've tried it. We rode to Stanford through Linfield Oaks, came across the bridge, went to Stanford Mall. When we came back, we wanted to attempt to go to El Camino Real, and so we chose the sidewalk instead, which the sidewalk in that area is about that wide, and you go like this through the bushes. So you can't ride on the sidewalk, there's danger for people. So it's an issue, like I believe Ray said, that we need some serious professionals that are with traffic and with safety to help to discuss this and have some outreach.
Okay,
More
Kelly?
options.
Okay. Well, Downtown El Camino plan has planned for wider sidewalks, so as things redevelop, there'll be more options. I'd like to see the Caltrain right-of-way be used for biking and walking like they have in Palo Alto. We can do this. Also, the lanes, the small lanes behind the El Camino facing businesses on the west side of El Camino, those are great bike lanes. Were a great bike pathway. We could enhance it more to get from the Safeway area to Stanford.
Thank you.